No, but yeah.
To start the episode, your Christmas present. Every year, at least once a year, we have these two guys here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So getting back to it, Rudy Von Berg, you said you trained with him. He won Florida now. Would you have beat him?
I don't know.
Maybe with me there.
Maybe. Yeah, Peter was there cheering on the cars for sure. No, yeah, it was really good to train with a better athlete who has better results. Yeah, I learned a lot from him actually.
Did he have like an Olympic career like Hinaldo, or
no?
Did he go straight to?
He tried to do ITU, but he didn't really exceed on the distance. And he's been doing long distance since like 2015, I think.
But he started. He started earlier.
Yeah. He started in ITU, but yeah, he's been figuring in the top 10 in the world probably since like 2019.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a really good training block leading to Fortaleza with him. He was training for Ironman Florida. I was training for Fortaleza, but yeah, the training style just matched, and it was really, really good. I learned a lot about myself.
You have like. I don't know if it's something more of the United States, but like really tall athletes. So Rudy Von Berg, Sam.
Yeah.
And you're always training with him. How is it?
It's nice. We got
taller guys are better stronger in the bike.
They're really strong in the bike.
There's something about that mechanics of taller people, right?
They just can push it. Like their legs are bigger. I think they can have a better leverage on the bike.
I think it's something.
But yeah, I mean, it's
longer femurs equals faster.
Also a bigger draft on the bike.
It's better to be the pal.
Yeah, but I mean, I just learned a lot with those guys. Like, it's really good for me to train with good athletes and just learn and just observe. And I mean, I'm still younger in the sport, so.
It's funny because sometimes you're older than the guy, but you're younger in the sport.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And he treats you like you're younger.
Yeah.
At least that's with me, because I'm getting older in the sport, but I used to be young in the sport. And people that are younger than me treated me like I was younger, like at age. And I'm like, calm down, man. Like I've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
So you were telling me, and you were telling me as well before we were recording, that the main plan looks like it's going to be Texas.
Yes.
For the first semester.
Yeah. Probably will be the North American Championships, which is going to be the first race of the Pro Series for the Ironman. And that's something that I'm probably going to target next year. Just a lot of eyes on that race. Probably people coming from all over the world. It's going to probably be the first world champs of the year. I like racing the best, so it's going to be a good race for me.
So focus is mainly on full Ironman.
Yes. Okay. I will still do 70.3s. I actually both. Like nowadays, you can only focus on Ironmans because you got to do the 7.3s to become faster, to race faster Ironmans.
But you know what I mean? I mean, like,
yes,
the goal. Like,
the goal is to perform.
Had to choose one.
Yeah.
Libertadores, Campeonato Brasileiro, which one?
Goal is Kona.
Full.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Get a slot for Kona and then perform in Kona, but still looking at the Campeonato.
I already got a house in Kona for us.
Let's go. That's even better motivation to go there. The long-term vision is like there's the Kona, which is like the biggest race, like the Libertadores, and then there's Campeonato Brasileiro, which is a long season now because you get rewarded for being consistent.
How does the point work? Is it for 70.3 and full, or is it separate?
Both. So you can score 3 Ironmans and 2 70.3s.
Okay. So
it's
better to do Ironman.
Yes. Because they score double.
Points, they score double the 7.3. But you still got to do 2 7.3s, very competitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are also qualified for 7.3 Worlds in Taupo in New Zealand. In Fortaleza, we got our slot. So that's like a high scoring 7.3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably that one's going to also be in our calendar after Kona.
Yeah.
But Taupo is in December, right?
December 15th.
That's cool. So you're going to race the whole friggin' year.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're probably going to start late April, which is Ironman Texas, and then start going until, we're still probably going to take a mid-season break around July, because Kona is also later.
Yeah.
So we have more time to prep for Konas.
Yeah.
This is October 24th. So it's a big year. There's a lot of opportunities, and we're just. I personally am just trying to break into that top 20 tier, which is like
it's a year. Trust me.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel it. It's
You've learned
time.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's time. I can feel it. And you, Rach, you're gonna debut on Ironman Texas.
Yes. So finally, fingers crossed, of course, or knock on wood that, next year I'll be finally healthy enough, to be able to go to the Ironman distance. And I feel like that's always excited me about the sport. And something has just happened like every year in the past 3 years. So now I feel is the time that I can comfortably and like confidently go to the Ironman distance. So I had, a couple of breaks throughout this past year. So I don't feel the need to take a huge like off season because André had a big year. He needs a proper off season, but I had a very, broken year. So now I feel better going into, a build period, so to say, because I have a fresher mind and a fresher body to build up for the first Ironman. So I'm excited to get the experience and finally do what I've really wanted to do in the sport.
Why you started this?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. And then if you qualify, it's a qualifier for Nice still, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that would places
be...
this year.
Exactly.
Do you know what's going to happen next year if they're still going to
Yes.
They apparently
it's a 4-year contract.
4-year contract, unfortunately.
So there's three more years of the
why
4-year.
You both agree on this that it should
be all together.
Yeah.
If all the women are racing these, I think the man and women should race in these, and the man and women should race in Kona.
Yeah.
I think Ironman is regretting their decision already.
You?
Yeah.
In terms of public, in terms of
and just like I think they're gonna probably go back and just put in that one place for both.
Yeah.
Even if that involves being Kona every 2 years or something like that. I feel like probably they're going to do something. I got the feeling that they're going to do Kona 1 year and then another location another year and then we'll go back.
I don't think it's ever going to go back as Kona every year.
No, that's not in the cards.
Yes. Last year? Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
And I felt that. I don't know if you guys felt that there was a resistance in terms of like, it's too many people.
Yes. But this year they were complaining.
Again?
No, complaining there was not enough people.
Oh, really?
Because they're not making enough money. Yeah.
But wait, the people from Kona?
The people from Kona are like complaining that they didn't make enough money, so they cannot have everything.
Decide what you want.
Exactly,
man.
like decide. You can either like, but I get that. I think they're gonna have like they're gonna come to like an agreement to like have. I don't know, but that's what I feel. Get a feeling they're gonna probably have 1 year in Kona, 1 year outside of Kona. So they still have the Kona race every 2 years, and that's gonna take the pressure off the island a little bit. But I just feel like it needs to be together. Nice was awesome. I think Kona was awesome, but I feel like still lack the whole like companies. Like, would you go like in Nice and also like I heard all the people.
It's a big
most
split for companies.
And even for me, like if Rachel goes to Nice, I have to go to France in freaking France, and then
and
in September, and then go to Kona, and then like New Zealand. So I mean, the budget is so big.
You guys are probably gonna have to separate.
So we'll see what happens. But we heard this 4-year deal. I don't know if that's true or not, but
and in terms of like, so there's big changes going on in terms of organization. So there's this new like ranking that pays better at events and better at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like most athletes now are going to start looking or switching back to Ironman rather than PTO, or do you think it's still going to be split?
I think
because
the
PTO
Ironman
still has a big incentive.
Yeah. I think the Ironman athletes who know that they're good at Ironman, like Joe Skipper, Matt Hansen, Sky Munch, like those people who know that they're good at Ironmans and they can perform at Ironmans.
Champagne popping.
They'll do that. They'll do the Ironman series because they're not as good at the 100K distance. And then there's people like Ashley Gentle and Paula Finlay who will, instead of chasing the Ironman series, will chase the PTO series because that's what benefits them. And so I think it kind of gives the pure Ironman athletes who were like, oh crap, like I need to do the PTO races because I might get money and points, but now they have that outlet at Ironman, and I think that helps with
focus on what you're good at.
There's gonna be in between there's Ironman Brazil, there's other races that are gonna be technically not as competitive because all the people I cannot do Texas, Floripa, Tacona, and New Zealand. Like people are gonna have to pick and choose.
But you can't perform.
Yeah, so it's gonna open a lot of doors for even upcoming athletes. I think.
Yeah,
there's gonna be more opportunities. Like, yes, so it's gonna be an interesting new season.
Maybe I'll give it a shot then.
Yeah, because there's gonna be like
just gotta start swimming fast. Then you're ready to go.
I'm gonna swim at Pietros. I'm gonna swim at Pietros.
Yes, exactly. Then you'll be ticket to the top. Yeah, because they're gonna have all the races. They have races outside of the Ironman series that are still pro races. Yeah. They just don't count towards the end of year bonus. That's like a big incentive for newer pros or pros who are not competing for the top 10, like to go get prize money somewhere else.
Because they're still gonna have prize money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though they're not ranked, they're gonna have prize money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Got it. So coming back to the episode you had in overtraining, like that's something I have doubts in. Like after that happens to you, do you have like any different protocols as to like what you're looking for in terms of blood work or in terms of like fatigue? Do you look more at like lactate issues and stuff like that like the Norwegian guys look at like into detail, like everything they do when they train? Or maybe it's just for YouTube, I don't know. But it did something like ring and you're like, I have to do some things different? Or
it's just body sounding a lot of alarms of like consistent fatigue. And I think the hardest thing is like, especially as athletes, like you kind of get in that mindset of like there is, even though you're super fatigued, you can have a day where you like perform in the training and you're like, okay, like, oh, that was a really good day. Like I'm still doing okay. But so then you keep going and you just get to a point that the body just can't go. But I think I was just pushing through past all the warning signs of I'm really fatigued. Like the mind is, not going there as much. Like there'd be times where I'd be on the bike and I'd be like, I'm so tired. I'd like roll off the trainer onto the couch and fall asleep. Like that should not happen. No. But, you just think, oh, this is how you train. Like, think about the Ironman athletes and you just question like, oh, is this regular training fatigue? But I think now looking back, like I should have trusted myself more to know that this is not okay. And I need to, be more confident in saying today's not a good day. Like I'm very tired. I need to prioritize being rested, today. And we changed the training. So there's, a lot of just like, and watching the HRV, like I should have known that being in the dumpster for so long, that's not normal, even for elite athletes. But
do you guys have like Paulo Puccinelli, a doctor that
we don't.
No,
we don't.
Yeah.
If you lived here in Brazil, Z2 would take care of that.
Yeah, probably we need to. Yeah, we still have some things that we need to work on. But we're sometimes we do
like tests I don't know, I have no clue how you say that in English, but like ergospirometry, which is one that you test the VO2.
We've done some of those testings.
Yeah,
but you don't do it like every 6 months.
No, we did one at the beginning of the
season,
year.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think we've
done work. No blood work.
No blood. That's something
I've done some.
Guys, come on.
I've done some work with Inside Tracker, and so that was helpful because like my ferritin was like also in the dumpster, and like the trend of that.
Bunch of, like,
I asked someone.
I never done it because I never had big issues, but. That's something that I'm probably going to start.
But you have a mother which is Brazilian, and she must say the same things to you. Você vai morrer, fulaninho de lá, tal. Tem que ir no médico. My mom was like, I know a guy that once he had a kidney failure because he was doing an Ironman, and he was taking Advil, and he was like 60 years old. Okay. He was 60 years old. He was taking Advil. There's a bunch of issues there. It's not just like he had kidney failure because he was doing Advil.
Always worst case scenario with him.
But that's how I met Paulo. Because my mom was like, you have to go to the doctor if you want to do this. You have to go to the doctor. And I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll go. And he was the doctor at the Care Club clinic here in Brazil. And I don't know if it's as easy as it is here in Brazil, in the States, because you have a bunch of clinics and you have like a healthcare plan. Yeah. And you basically don't pay to go to do blood work. You don't pay to go to the
US is a little
doctor's
bit more
appointment.
In the US, if you want to do a blood test, like
you pay for it.
It's like $100.
It's not not bad, but
but you pay.
There's something. I mean, like you have to take the blood work. You have to go to a doctor
to analyze it,
so that he tells you what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, if you don't have any costs involved, I mean, you probably would do it more often.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
Yes.
That should sometimes complicated.
What about the like, you, I know that watches their content, because when we were in Kona, you were like YouTube. Like, what's Sanders doing? What's the Norwegian doing?
All day, every day.
But like these tests that they test, like the lactate, that they do these sort of tests. Do you do that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually been training with Rudy, and he's coached by Mikael Eden, which is Gustav's brother.
What's his name?
Mikael Eden.
Mikael.
Yeah, Mikael. Yeah, so he's the oldest brother from older brother from Gustav. Yeah, but we started taking lactate.
But he's living in the States?
He coaches him online, remote.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started taking testing this year a little bit more. So yeah, we track that and try to see, like, I mean, but it's mostly like intensity control.
Yeah.
We don't go beyond that. Yeah, so just trying to understand where you are, like if you're training mostly
in terms of zones and stuff.
if you're training too hard, if you want to hit the right zone, but not stressing. You also listen to the body a lot. Yeah, because I'm actually self-coach right now, so like, yeah, it's an interesting thing.
And besides being self-coached, you also coach people, right?
I do. Yeah, we have it's probably gonna come in the next few weeks. We're launching our platform for coaching.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like mainly online? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's basically online. Yeah, we're probably gonna have something bolder.
Both of you guys together?
Both of us, yes. Yeah, chasing triathlon coaching.
Nice.
Hit me up for that swim analysis.
Will do.
Yeah. But yeah, so I learned a lot.
But are you taking athletes from Brazil?
We are. Yeah.
I mean,
so there's going to be a website. What's it going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be a website.
Yeah,
so
we'll
guys, if you want to learn from the pros,
yes,
these are your guys.
Yeah, we speak Portuguese too.
Portuguese and English.
In English, yeah. Yeah, we're just starting. I've been coaching people for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just making it a little bit more official and kind of creating like a team behind it on our YouTube channel. So we're just going to make a proof of concept. I actually have some gifts for you guys after. So yeah. first round.
Do you want to show it here?
Yeah.
Public?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to get it?
Get it.
It's close. I've got short arms.
Yeah. I'll get it, but yeah. We'll, we have like I'll just rip it open, but yeah, it's like cycling jersey.
Cycling jersey,
Ooh.
t-shirts, hats.
Cycling jersey with like our logo.
Dibs.
Yeah. One of
Boom.
Have our chasing triathlon logo.
Ah, lindo.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think this is women's, but
Congrats, guys.
Yeah.
Women's.
I think this is women's, maybe.
That'll probably fit you.
Yeah, this is women's.
Skinny.
Yeah, we have that's our logo, and we're gonna start creating some stuff, and it's exciting stuff. We also look in the future because we are not professionals forever, so
gotta have a community behind us.
Yeah, probably have a training camp in Boulder too.
Maybe have your own Z2 label.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
There's a lot of
stuff we can start talking about. Yeah. Cool. So what else do you have in terms of plans, like besides the I've seen you guys in Instagram, you were in your family's house?
Yeah.
And you were playing with kids and stuff. What about you guys? I'm feeling that it's that André wants to go for a big gesture in Kona or something like that.
Yeah,
hopefully it's not a baby, but
yeah, we'll see. It's a possibility. We'll see.
How is this, like? I don't know if you guys discussed this, but how is, like, you've come, like, this is your second time, fourth time in Brazil. Yeah. In terms of like living and like places that you would like see yourselves living long term, is it States or Brazil? How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's mostly States.
While athletes and while like visiting family.
Because we want to have also like a home base in Brazil as well. Like every time we come here, we're always like, training is hard here, but
different, yeah.
We know that like this lifestyle like would be nice to live here also. Mm-hmm. But for sure, like we love living in Boulder for training and the lifestyle that we have there. But it's it's kind of like two different worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ideal world, probably have like a place here. Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, be the snowbird, kind of.
Yeah.
Just like
On
it's
summer,
getting cold. Yeah,
going back home.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, it's a long. I feel like we still have another 10 years ahead of us. So like,
How old are you guys again?
I am 31. She's 32.
32.
Yeah, so I feel like early 40s would be like kind of like the limit. Like where Santiago just retired, like 43. And my triathlon age is still young. Like I think my triathlon age is like 7 years. Yeah, 7, 8 years. Next year is gonna be 8 years. So I feel like probably have a lot more fire to burn.
Yeah.
You didn't get so hurt when you were young.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, well, I mean, everything's going well at the moment. Every year is getting better. And,
But I don't know. Like, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like Texas is like a better place to live than Boulder? Not in terms of being an athlete, because clearly, like being an athlete, it's in terms of stuff to do, in terms of like.
I mean,
I've never been to Boulder. I'm saying that.
Yeah, next year, man. You gotta come for Kona.
Yeah, exactly.
But before Kona, is it gonna be warm there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really warm.
Nice. So
Yeah.
then we gotta
It's a
set
good,
that up.
It's a good time. September's pretty hot still.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we'll get that set up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I grew up outside of Houston, and it's just, I would never like go back and live there.
Really?
But where I was living before I moved to Boulder was in like Northeast Texas, and it's like I don't like really like big suburban outside the city life. Just like driving 20 minutes to go anywhere. And you know, I lived in a smaller town that's small enough to do, you know, that it's small but big enough to do everything that you want. And like I like those kind of communities, which Boulder is like that. But if I were to move back to Texas, it'd be in like that kind of area, not like a Houston type of area, because I hate it. Not that I hate it, but it's different.
But you have a better life now, in terms of like places that you live.
Yeah,
you prefer it.
Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we see ourselves living in Boulder.
Yeah,
because it's a good spot.
And it must be really good, like in terms of community, because
to raise it. If we were to raise it, I mean, I think we will, but raise a child, probably we'll be in that area.
Yeah,
everything's like it's nice. I would like my kid to grow up there.
Yeah, little André, will he do triathlon?
Oh, he will do something. I don't know triathlon. I don't like.
But he's gonna be active.
He will definitely be active. Yeah.
He's gonna learn the values of sport.
But Brazil is also like I'm a big family guy. I have a big family here in Brazil, so probably always come and hang out at least a month in the year.
You have brothers?
Yeah.
I have a younger sister. I have 2 nephews.
Oh, she's the one that has the kids.
Yeah, she's the one that So I have some guy messaging me on social media. If you
one who hangs around kid.
If you train, if you play, it's because you're gonna have it. Like
exactly. That's why I'm saying this. Because they're like, ooh, he looks ready. They look ready.
So maybe, but
you look like you knew what you were doing, holding the kid.
I think like with Tim and Rainey, they're like
they had big influence in you, right?
Yeah, but they had their kids when they were 36.
About to have
36.
About to have their third. Yeah. But so they started when she was 36.
36, yes. So I think another.
I've got a solid 4 years.
See, it's in the
I've
plan.
got time.
It's in the plan, but you gave it 4 years, so it's in the plan.
Give me my time first.
Yeah.
And then
Nice. It's
nice now because you can give them back. You know, like
started crying.
Great.
Here you
sorry.
Oh, it's bad time. Okay, here you go. Oh, I think it smells a little bad here.
It's always nice when you can give them back.
Yeah. Agreed. That's what my sister does.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So in terms now of Z2 of products this year, we had like the new Z2 Power Powder, which I did thinking about you guys because it was something that you said when we were in Kona, and we started looking at different like providers and stuff like that, and who could come up with a good formula for us. So we had that. What else did we have this year? We had the Neutro, the Z2N.
Love it.
And
the Speedo.
The Speedo gels, which was more of a commercial agreement, but they're still good gels. And we have a few new things for you guys to try here. which
the
is
recovery chew.
Yeah,
the recovery as well. We had
Yeah.
a recovery.
So many things.
Oh yeah, a lot.
You guys don't stop.
And we have 2 more things that not this year because it's going to be two on top of December, but maybe next year. And it's going to be more focused in this sodium area. Like we look at what Element is doing in the States and stuff like that, and we feel like it's a good path to add something to the portfolio.
And then you can have more than just athletes, in the endurance sphere,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's
tough because we're very niched. So how do we grow the niche and stuff like that? But if you were to launch a product or something that you feel like you miss in terms of products that the Z2 has to offer, what would you launch?
Choose
something that you miss or that you
like
buy from someone else.
The
gummies.
The gummies, yeah.
Gummies.
For me, it would be like a bigger gel.
Bigger gel, more carbs.
More carbs, man. Carbs are
but
life.
Would
limit
you
your carbs,
compromise the liquidity of the gel, or like would I make like a more goo-like feeling, like a more pasty gel, or just a bigger?
I just make it bigger.
Yeah,
we can.
And that wouldn't bother you that it's bigger?
No.
Okay, guys. So now behind the cameras, I'm going to show them what I got.
Or maybe one shoe that I've been bugging you to make. One is like one that has a little bit more water, even more water. So you can carry on you just bring like, if you're doing like an hour run.
I will show you as well.
Yeah. So that's, maybe I shouldn't be taught. Yeah.
So no. It's because it's not done yet, but we have a new machine that you can screw a top to
nice. So you can
something
like
open performance
precision hydration.
Yeah. Has, which is the 90 grams of carbs that they have.
Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes when I'm going for like an hour and a half run and I want to bring water and I want to bring energy, so we just have one.
Something that you do that I tried doing in Florida, but I only had one bottle, is to carry it on a plastic bottle. Yeah. So if you have something like that, which is ready-made, so like you have a ready-made with a top on, would be easier, because I had one
flask.
and I had so many gels in the bike that I couldn't eat anymore, and I only had one bottle, so I did the whole race with I think 60 or 70 grams of carb, and I started crashing.
Yeah. But I used it for the first time actually, because we for the Z2 Powder Plus with the 750 milligrams per serving, and that was game changer, because I had it before the race, I had it during the race, and I had after the race. So I was like, the day before the race, I was just like having that. This is it. Instead of water, I was just having that. So and that was
you have a lot of influence in that one.
So I feel like sodium has been actually, for me, like I'm a high sweater. Yeah. So I lose a lot of sodium. A high sweater and a high sodium. So I lose like a lot.
Yeah.
I lose like 1,200 milligrams per liter.
So something like an add-on to
that would be even better.
Like just the sodium would be.
So that would be also.
There's one product that you had while we were in Kona that I wanted to ask about to see. I don't know. I follow them in social media, but I don't know if they're doing well in terms of triathlon, because which is the spray one, BOA. Because it had like a difficulty to carry and stuff like that.
Yeah, it kind of died off a little bit. I think like
especially in triathlon, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's more like
in
CrossFit,
team sports and
like football, CrossFit.
They're still active.
It was a cool concept, but it was hard to carry in a triathlon because they try to make smaller cans, but
it's just easier to mix something into the bottle that you're already because like even like pills and stuff, like
salt pills,
then you have to your stomach has to digest. I mean, you have to break down the coating
and you still have to carry
sodium.
Water. You still have to drink water. It's not about the sodium.
It's so nice to just be able to mix it.
And it's also in Ironman, it's like a logistics issue. So everything extra is extra, and you don't want extra stuff. You want to get rid of the extra stuff.
Exactly. You want to make your life as
easy as possible. Everything in one bottle.
That would be
because like dream. On I take the gel flask for a half marathon run, like so I have like 3 gels, a little bit of extra sodium in there plus water, and it's like perfect because it's all there, everything, my sodium, my carbs, and a little bit of fluid. Like I mean, then you get fluid, but that flask is like my lifesaver.
It must be funny, like after doing an Ironman, you go see people race like an Olympic distance, and they take like one gel or
For the
nothing.
whole thing.
So easy.
Right? You're like,
It's
wow,
so
that's so
easy.
easy. Your life is so easy. Like the bike
is so
has
easy.
just one bottle, and you're like, one bottle.
Yeah.
What do you do with one
I
bottle?
had 4 in fertilizer,
Nosso. And that's a 70.3.
and that's a
Yeah.
7.3.
How hot was it?
It was really hot.
Really hot.
It was like 31, 32.
Nosso. And humid, right?
Really humid.
Mhm.
Nosso.
Yeah.
Okay, so to finish off the stories of both your races, how did it go? Swim. I know you posted about it already, but tell us again. Like how did the swim go? How did the bike go? And how did you get the 3rd spot?
Yeah, basically, it started like shit. Just got better and better. Yeah, the swim was a little wavy, choppy.
I can relate.
Yeah, it was. But I was really confident. I was swimming really well. But I just had a bad swim. But I wasn't swimming hard because I was like, I lost a little bit of the feet on the first buoy of the guys.
Uh-huh.
Martin was there, he was 6th in the Olympics and 4th. So he's a really good swimmer. And yeah, fast shoot. So he broke away. But I was really confident on my biking
But was
as well.
he alone in the swim?
Yes, he
Yeah.
broke away on the swim from Reinaldo and Danilo, also a Z2 athlete.
Mm-hmm.
It was like basically 1 minute. They were Danilo and Danilo, Reinaldo, and the Spanish guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy got 2nd.
I've never heard of that guy. Is he an ITU guy?
He was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he was 2nd in Ironman Portugal. He won
Oh,
Pucon.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
He
So
won
he's-
Pucon. He's really good. He's a top
a
30 in the
good
PTO.
Okay, so he's a good dude.
He's a good dude. Yeah. He
Yeah.
runs really well. He doesn't like a lot of wind on the bike.
I got that. I
You
got that.
yeah.
I got that.
But yeah, but he's a good dude. Yeah. But they were a minute behind Martin, and I was 50 seconds behind them.
Okay. But
So,
alone or
alone. I was with the Portuguese guy, and then Santiago actually had a great swim.
with? Wow, Santiago swam with you.
No, he was like 20 seconds back.
Wow,
So,
that's
but
good
for him,
for him.
it's
That's
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
But then on the beginning of the bike, I just went straight. I was straight on hunter mode. Just started chasing those guys. Had a little fall on the bike.
Yeah, tell me about that. What
Yeah,
happened?
it rained in the morning a little
Uh-huh.
bit, so I didn't get to recon all the cars on the first U-turn, like 15 k's into the bike. I could see right now in the Nilo they were like 15 seconds ahead.
I'm
I was
gonna
like,
get them.
on the first U-turn, I was like, just came a little too hot, and then when I was making the U-turn, my front tire just slipped, and I just went to the ground.
But you were slow,
I was low, yeah.
so it didn't hurt that much.
Didn't hurt that much, but yeah,
And
my
the
knees.
bike was okay.
The bike was because I was on the non-drive side, so the side there's not the derailleur, and so I just boom went to the ground, got up, and had to change the gears, and boom, start going again.
I fell in Florida as well.
Yeah, so good. And then then Santiago came through because he was 30 seconds back, so then we started working together.
So he reached you.
So actually, it was good because like we started working together. I did most of the work on the way out to catch Reinaldo. I put a big surge, like 10 minutes to get Reinaldo and Danilo, and we caught them before the U-turn. And then it was basically like the 6 of us. 6 guys.
Reinaldo, Danilo,
Spanish.
you. The Spanish too.
The Spanish, Danilo, the Portuguese, and Reinaldo. And me. Then Santiago went to the front, and then I tried to break away with him on the way back, but it was just impossible because we already made a big effort to get to them. But I was feeling really good. I was feeling the training that I did with Rudy was really good. I trained the Norwegian method, I guess. The bike was feeling really, really strong, really in control.
But what changed? Did you do more volume, more intensity?
It's a little bit more volume, a little bit more consistency on the bike. So basically, I was riding 7 days a week.
Okay, so less pancadas and more.
Yeah, 2 hard days in the week, but as controlled hard. So take lactate.
Yeah.
And like actually, I was surprised how harder I was going in training that I probably shouldn't be going. And I was just training too hard and didn't have the consistency. Like it's more like having like 30 consistent days and have like one amazing workout and just like being tired for 10 days and not being able to hit the numbers again. So basically just putting the intensity in like basically week in, week out. And then
growing
reasonable way.
Smally but consistent.
Yes. And it paid off really well. I felt probably my best numbers in the bike in a 7.3 because I was riding really well. And the most important thing is that I came off the bike and I was confident.
You still had legs.
Yes, and I was running really well. Like I was running really fresh, but of course the heat was really intense. And coming from Boulder, where it was like -5 already. Like I had to do a lot of heat training. And
did you do any heat training?
Yeah, I did a lot of heat training. Yeah, many saunas, wetsuit swims, like indoor rides.
You think it helps?
Yes, it definitely helps. Yeah.
It was funny. Like we were hanging out.
Did you do it as well?
Yeah. But like our friend Zach was saying, like he was just like bopping along, like, man, like, are you even trying? Like he's just like floating, like.
Yeah,
I had to go. Get in there.
I had to go of like 2 laps easy.
But wait, you finished the bike. What position were you in?
We were all together from 2nd to 7th. We're all together, 6 guys.
So the only one that had braked away was
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, he was on a different. He rode like 202. We rode 206.
Oh,
he 201 and we rode 205.
Oh, okay.
So he was 4 minutes ahead, but then another minute and a half. So it was like 5 minutes and a half because I ran the same as he did.
Wow, he had a really good day in the bike then.
Yeah, he's a really strong cyclist.
Wow.
Yeah. So me and Santiago had the 2nd and 3rd fastest bike split, but we came out of transition first, and then all the other 4 guys were behind us, and then we just basically started running all together, and then it was like a run battle. But yeah, the Spanish just took off a little bit. He was running 325s, 330s, and I was running like 330s, 335. So he was opening a little bit, but I knew that I had to hold back a little bit in the beginning. And then I dropped. I was in 3rd place already, like on the first lap. But then
who was with you, Santiago?
Santiago was like 20 seconds back.
Danilo and Colucci had already.
Colucci was not having a great day. I think he had stomach issues or something, or just overheating. And then Danilo was probably like 30 seconds behind Santiago, so maybe like a minute behind me. But then Santiago came around. I was surprised because he came around me like around 10K, like because I was 20 seconds ahead of him the whole race for the first 10K, 20K.
And he caught up?
He caught up and he put a surge. I was like, dude, like, we still got 10K to go. We still got 10K to go. Like, I was.
Did you let him go? No.
I didn't let him go because I didn't want him to, because he
feel like he was on
in control.
Right?
So it was like a mind game because I was like, oh, here he comes. I'm going to have to push a little bit harder. But he was already, I think, on the limit because he passed me.
And then
I attached to his back and just like, okay, you're not going anywhere, buddy.
Like,
yeah,
I'm right
exactly.
here. I'm right here.
And then he felt it, and then I dropped him. Then it was the final. Like,
and then it was a bigger drop.
It was a bigger drop, and I was catching back to Martin, and because I think I ran the fastest on the last lap.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was really because I passed out.
Did you feel like maybe you should have gone faster on the first, or no? You only ran faster on the second because you.
Yeah, I was happy with the podium. It's not that I didn't want to win, but I was happy after Nice, like the Ironman. I was like, I didn't want to like risk and go beyond my limits and just to be a hero.
Explode.
I was like, okay, maybe I can catch him, maybe not. But the podium was the main goal, and that was like, okay, I got it. So the last lap was just hold strong, push a little bit harder. So I went. I think I averaged like just under 340, 338, 339. But it was comfortable. Like I was.
So what was the half marathon?
It was 116 high, 117 low. Yeah.
In regular temperatures would be about
probably like
1.9.
Yeah, 111, 112 I think would be. Yeah. It was because the bike was pretty hard. Yeah. But I was really happy because just
how is the circuit there? Is it like
3 loops on the run, out back. So 7K
on the run,
and
on the bike 1 loop.
1 loop, yeah, just out and back.
Like a double.
And is it like wind against?
Tailwind,
headwind home.
Yeah, so really tough race. Yeah. Really tough race. But yeah, I was happy to.
And people complain that like cars shared the road with the bike. Santiago said something about the bus.
We were coming back, and then we were actually dropping the guys because they're putting a lot of surges on the way back. And then we got a little gap, and then like we're coming to town, and then like there was this huge line on the right. There were cars were waiting, and then a bus pulls up to the left, and like we cannot go to the left, and I cannot go to the right. We're like, and then we had to stop and like yell, and like we lost like 10, 15 seconds. So I feel like it would be like if I didn't have the crash and it had this bus thing happening, that we lost another. It was like a minute, probably would be a minute faster,
maybe second.
Yeah, because then we probably have dropped the Spanish guy.
Maybe second, yeah.
But yeah, I know that's
maybes, yeah.
Can't live on the maybes. It was. I mean, it's racing and
it was a good day anyway.
It was a good day, yeah.
How about you, Miss Rachel?
My swim was about the same. I mean, it felt the same. Like it was. I was like, I want to swim by myself. I want to come out first out of the water. And I see Andre get swallowed up at the start. I'm like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen to me. Immediately, as soon as I hit the water, it's like all the girls on top of me. And so, like, literally we watched the drone footage, and it's
how many girls were on the start list?
I mean, there was only 8, but like 7 of them were on top of me. And like I see Ellie start to get away, and you can see like from the drone footage, I like just disappear. But all of a sudden I have to like push to the right and just like hammer it, because I'm like, at this point I don't want to get dropped from the first out of the water. And so finally like made it onto her feet, and I was like, okay, thank God I'm out of that. And I mean, we dropped everybody else besides
so it was just
one
you
girl.
and her.
Me, Ellie, and
it's a Brazilian chick, Mariana Ortega.
Yeah.
Maria Ortega.
Mariana Ortega.
Yeah, and so she was with me. I think she came with the move whenever I went right to escape from everyone, and just followed me back over to Ellie. And I thought like, oh, maybe I'll go around and try to make a break. And I was like, you've only had 5 weeks to prepare for this race. Maybe just like rest and like just sit on her feet. And so we came out 3 together. Ellie pushed the T1 pretty hard, but we went together through town, like trying to get out of the... Oh, so she didn't
drop into T1.
She had like a little bit of gap in T1, but I think like just like getting on the bike, and I think when you're the first person going through bumps, like it was really bumpy the first 10K, like you're a little bit more like timid.
You had to go through town a bit.
Yeah.
It was really bad
and
surface.
So I was watching where she was going, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like freaking send it, because it doesn't look like she's bumping around too much, so I'll just go through it.
Did anyone have a flat or issue
not
like
in
that?
The pros.
No,
not in the pros. I heard some age groupers broke their extensions and stuff.
I did break one of my bolts holding my bike computer like sheared off, but the other side held on. And like the one like almost oops moment was I was like messing with it, and then all of a sudden we're like going downhill, and there's a big lombada,
I felt like that,
speed
exactly
bump.
like that.
Yeah, and it just
pulling around
boom,
my garment.
like I got air, and like, but yeah. So by that point, I was almost already by myself. I basically rode the entire ride alone. Raquel, the chick who ended up getting second, had passed me on the first out and back.
Who's that?
Portuguese.
Portuguese
girl.
Girl.
Yeah. Rosha. But
she's ITU as well.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Apparently, there was the funny story. We were the people that traveled the farthest to get there.
Yeah,
because
even
people from Port they flew TAP, which is like Lisbon, Fortaleza, 6 hours.
6 hours.
And we flew
24 hours.
Denver, Houston, 2 hours.
You still had a layover.
Houston, São Paulo, 10 hours. São Paulo, Fortaleza, 4 hours.
Nossa.
Yeah. And they we just flew from Lisbon to Fortaleza.
Yeah.
6 hours.
So yeah, but I knew, I couldn't. She came by me really quick. And my main goal was just to try to I had the bad situation in Cozumel where, I was kind of sick leading into that race.
Cozumel.
Yeah, and I got really sick there.
How long from one race to another?
Cozumel was 2 weeks after Nice, so it was I went with her, but I didn't really.
But it was 8 weeks.
It was still a good time. It was 2 weeks.
But it's
8 weeks before
temperature wise, it's
similar.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was really sick there and couldn't finish the race because I started puking at mile 20. I'm not sure. Oh. And so my main goal was just to get on the nutrition and
not the same thing happen.
Yeah, and just really follow a race plan of kind of conservative numbers. And on the Z2 post, I definitely still faded in the last. I'm working on increasing that carb intake on the bike, and I really faded the last 15K and hemorrhaged a shit ton of time in the last 15 kilometers. And so that's what I want to work on in the future, is being able to stay strong through the whole thing, because I pace speed wise was great, and then it's just boom, drops off really hard. And so that's a big goal of mine to work on for next year. And so basically I was in third all day.
Oh, so nobody in the race, nobody in the
some girls
on the run.
No, some girls kind of came up on me close towards the end of the bike, but we didn't go out of I didn't see them in T2. I didn't see anybody else in T2. So came out of the run and out of T2 in third, and I felt
just held your own there.
Yeah, and I felt great. The pace was not fast, but I knew it wouldn't be I was like, okay, conservative for the first half, and then I feel good.
Did you guys
increase.
see each other in the race?
Oh
Yeah, a lot.
We like seeing each other.
And how did it, like, did you know she was in third and she was
I knew it because it's actually something that I used to take my mind away from like the pain or like the board, like
where is she?
It's like, okay, like I was like, I saw Ellie, I saw the second chick, I was like, okay, she better be next. Like I'm like, and then I was like kind of like looking, and then when I see her, like, okay, boom, I see her, and then I kind of like get an idea where she is, and then like whenever you turn again, I was like, okay, let's see if she's holding on, and she looked happy. So that was it's also something that keeps my mind away from the race.
And that was also a big learning experience for me, though. Like, I felt really good and like really like I felt great. Nothing was wrong. Like, I'm not running terribly fast, but I'm like, everything feels good. And so I didn't put ice in for like 2 laps because I was like, I feel fine. Like, I'm just pouring water over. But by the 3rd lap, I was like, oof.
I should have done some ice.
Yeah, totally. And so the last lap, like, I mean, all the gaps were holding to everyone else. But then Rachel was like, if I would have maybe like done some preventative cooling down, I could have closed the gap pretty. I mean, I closed it down to, I closed 2 minutes in the last lap.
Yeah, she came like collapsing to the finish line.
Yeah.
I think she
I
saw her.
Yeah.
I feel like
a guy from MEF, he passed her, and they have a video because they were filming her.
Yeah.
And he almost dropped her, like, he was like, get out of the way. She was like,
I feel like she probably could have.
Yeah.
In the new, maybe could have got her.
Yeah. So a lot of learning experiences, but I think just for me to be like back on a podium.
You needed that for your confidence.
Yeah. And so now like that gives me, and I'm coming away from the race excited to go back into training, like, and not being like super tired and like, oh crap, I have to go back into training. Now I'm like,
or have something
motivated and like,
the race,
and so now I just feel like I'm in a much better headspace than I've been in the last like 12 or like 8-9 months.
The best ever.
Yeah.
Best ever.
So
it
it
was going for a big year.
It was good. I'm really happy for how this will lead me to the new era.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. April, Texas. What day is it?
It's April 26th or 27th. Well, we might race Oceanside before. Like there's Ironman Texas will be the biggest
somewhere.
Ironman Texas is the
big
race.
A
race.
Yeah.
And then Kona for another docu-series of Dumb and Dumber there with the Chasing Triathlon.
Does Paulo has his lot already?
No.
No, he has a lot.
Gotta get it then.
Yeah, me too.
Keep chasing, guys.
Keep chasing.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
episode.